Hi guys. Hi everyone. Can you guys hear me so far? Okay, shall we just wait for 1 minute? All right, I will start the session. Hi, welcome guys. Shall we just wait for, I think, 30 seconds and we'll start the session? Okay. Okay, someone respond to me. You can hear me clearly. Okay. Okay, so I don't want to keep you guys waiting. Again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to Vantage market webinar. So today is also about breaking news and setup. Again, guys, if you have any specific instruments you want me to have a look for you, just send in the request, okay? And before I start the webinar, disclaimer first. All right, so this webinar is purely educational, all right, and nothing in this webinar should be considered as investment or trading advice, all right? If you guys want to trade, just do your own due diligence before trading, okay? And it's about myself, wait, I just want to highlight over here, okay? And risk warning, okay, trading forex and CFD carries significant risk and is not suitable for investor. All right, and about myself, my name is Peggy. I'm an investment analyst and a prop trader. Okay, so this is the news for entire week. So basically today there's no major or high impact news coming up, but from July 1st onward, we have quite a few high impact news that you can take note of, which is July 1st at 1:30 p.m. We have GBP, yen, and US dollar coming. So these high impact news, okay, will be affected the currencies such as GBP, yen, and US dollars. All right. And 2 p.m. we have two major news. We have PMI and job opening will be affecting US dollar and anything that pair with US dollar as well. And July 2nd at 12:30 at 12:15 p.m. we have ADP, okay, and July 3rd 6:30 a.m. in the morning, which is quite early. We have CHF, CPI, and 12:30 p.m. we have like three new coming up: unemployment rate, non-farm, and another one is average hourly earning. Okay, 2 p.m. we have PMI, and Friday, July 4th, we have nothing, and July 5th we have GBP at 3:45 p.m. So basically the high impact news that you guys need to take note of. Okay, so basically just a basic one. Okay, if you want to, I think some of you guys should already know how to look at the high impact news, right? Basically, we will look at the forecast. These are all the forecast, right? The actual, which is the number that the data after the data release. For example, okay, for those like there is no forecast. This one you need to go and read the statements, whatever like those people say. Okay, for the forecast they have a data out. So basically, for example, at 2 p.m., if the PMI, if the number like the data have been released here, you will see if the number that's less than forecast, okay, that will be affecting the US dollar, meaning that people were selling, okay, the dollar and buy what, for example, like if you sell, or let's say if you want to trade USD slash, let's just say XAU for another one, for example. Yeah, let's say you want to trade the EUR, okay, EUR USD, for example, okay. Let's say if the number came out here is red or less than forecast, for example, like 47, for example, okay, meaning that the investor, they were selling the US dollar, then they will buy the EU. So you could buy EU, EU will be rising, okay, then anything that pair with US dollar will be falling, right? It's just like the basic one, okay. If you want to know more in depth, you just have to click on like this yellow box here and then go to their website and read more detail. But to me, it's just good to know, okay, because I just want to look at the data literally red and green, okay, more or less than the forecast, that's it, okay. Okay, now should we just look at our chart, and again, if you have any specific instrument you want me to have a look, just let me know, okay? If not, let's just go through all the major. All right, so first of all, I will look at the dollar index first, okay? This is the monthly time frame, which is today is last day of June, right? So I think basically today for the dollar, I think there will be closing with red, which is the bearish. So if you want to look at the key level, I will pick this is my first support. Okay, this is my first support. You can see this very nice kind of a pullback resistance, right? Become your support. Break below here, your resistance. Break above now become your pullback support. This is gonna be our first support level. If you want to use the indicator, which is the RSI, I'm using the RSI period 14. Okay, you can see that they still have the room for price to falling to the first support, which is falling to the number like level 30 and over here. So I think it still can fall like slightly more for the monthly time frame. Okay, let's just do the multi-time frame analysis here. If you look at the weekly time frame, what do you see? Price also create our supply over here. Okay. Wherever your resistance level for the weekly time frame. Our weekly time frame, this is gonna be my first resistance. The support still the same right here. Okay. If you follow the webinars, we taught you guys about how to use Fibonacci retracement, extension, and protection. You also can see that price has already broken the previous low, which is over here, right? You can see that. So what you can use, the tools, you can do Fibonacci extension, okay? And then you will see that our first like support right here, based on this like swing low, there is like extension right here, which is that captures the wick in the body. You want to highlight the zone. This is gonna be your zone, somewhere around close to. Sometimes doesn't have to be exact at the level. Okay, we use like Fibonacci or indicator or tools, just help on our technical or our setup. So basically, these are first resistance and first support for the weekly. I'm not a swing trader or position trader, so basically I highlight a key level based on H4, but I want to look on the direction. Okay, D1, based on D1 time frame, you can see that it's very strong, bearish move, right? How are you going to identify the high and the low? Did your lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, right? This is, yeah. I will zoom in to see, oh, the previous row is over here. Okay. Here. I will move here. I just go up to here. Behind the low. Okay. They won't break the previous low here. Okay. So this is the lower low. Right? Lower low. This could be lower high. And it could be like continue to go like that, right? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So I still think this is my first support. Okay, so basically you need to know how to look at market structures. Okay, so basically we still buy and sell for the dollar. Now, based on H4, okay, if you want to sell or you look for the key level now for the DXY based on H4 time frame, price is at our support level. This is going to be the first resistance. And H4 price gonna bounce from this level because you can see that it multi swing low support level. You can see a lot of rejection over here. Okay, if you go to use the extension, what do you see? Price could not close below your extension, right? We will use the extension whenever price break below the swing low in this case, or break above your resistance high. Okay, recent high, and then you can use the extension. In this case, you can see the weighted head for time frame, you can see multiple like your rejection right here, updates your extension. So we just say this is our first support. Okay, and you can leave the extension. This is how you're going to identify the level. Now we use the extension because you look to the left, there's nothing right here. Because there's nothing. Okay, so this is the first support. Price could right to here. Maybe there was a gap. There is a gap, right? They might come to close the gap here. Maybe the box, right? So see here. Okay, now talking about the correlation. Okay, you can see that dollar is, you know, bouncing off from support level. And you were to look at the EURUSD, they are from the resistance because they are negative correlation, right? So we sell EU. The reason we sell EURUSD because we could say this is our first resistance, but we are not gonna, we're not blindly, you know, identify this resistance level. There might be a reason why price reverse from this level. One is the extension. Okay, I saw there is extension from this 16148. Okay, that is my resistance level. And another one, even though from here price kind of finish off with the divergence here, for the first time selling off like last week, we're gonna sell here based on extension. We have the divergence right here, so we sell price, you know, from here bouncing off because there is a bullish or the block right here, so rising. Okay, and you could look at the RSI. What do you think, RSI? There's a bearish divergence here from the side. It's already overbought, right? Price kind of make a lower low, lower high. So that's why you could hold a sell, or you sell from here and you close. Price rising again, you can have another sell. If not, you just wait. Where your stop loss put above this swing high. Okay. If we took to the left, let's say we able to highlight here our first resistance level. Okay, you look to the left, there's nothing on the H4. You can go to one time higher with D1. What happened in here? Okay, like here, what do you see? This one in H1, there might be the resistance, right? Price break is a lot of rejection, and price start to make a lower low, lower high. So that's why in H4, we use this one, and then we say, okay, that's extension. Then you will say that this is going to be your first resistance level. Okay, we have at least how many confirmation? Two. The extension, we have the divergence. And where your first support, we're gonna put here for your first support for the pullback. Okay, so basically, this is how I identify the key level. Okay, right. And where your next support level? My next support level, I will pick here. This is gonna be my second support and around this price. Okay, already try plus minus a little bit. Okay, so this is the support level. Any one of you guys sell? What if you want to look for the confirmation? Let's say you go down to the lower time frame like M5, M15. What do you see? What do you see? What do you see over here? You can see that price go back up again. Okay, like this level, price could not like close above the body. Okay, but you could see here in H1, right? In H1, price closing with your belly engulfing candle from the resistance level. Okay, and no, we don't have only 2 confirmation. We have like 3 confirmation, right? We have divergence, we have the extension, and we have another one is positive correlation. This is our EURUSD at the resistance level, and we were to look at the dollar, right? The dollar is bounce off from the support level. Okay, and H1 closing with our bullish engulfing, right? So this side of reversal. So we know that we are good to sell EURUSD. You are good to sell GBP as well because they are negative correlation. Anybody sell GBP? Okay, anybody sell GBP? No, none of you. Don't worry, it's okay. So now price break above our our lovely high. Now if your pullback kind of support level right here, of course, then we need to use our extension. Guys, if you send in your request or in the app, I don't think I can find see your request because there's a lot of spamming messages right here. Yeah, I think there should be a bot, right? Okay, continue. Right? Even though price did not our extend almost close to the extension, that may reason why price form from here. I may have to go to D1 to look for whatever right here. D1 time frame, okay, I saw all the block or supply. I saw my supply zone right here. There. Yep. Okay, what do you see? Right, you see that our supply zone price go in about supply zone really close to our the extension and then it's falling in D1 time frame. Okay, the D1 time frame. Okay, I go to H4, right? When you go to H4 time frame, you can see so like what do you see? Price make a lower low, right? You go to H1, what do you see? The trend line. How you draw the trend line? Our significant or valid trend line, they should have how many touches? 3, right? One is where? One here, second here, here, and the third one and the fourth one is here, right? It's right here, and that will be the reason. That will be the reason why price falling from this level because there is the our supply in H1, right? This one you would say what you are on the block, or you could say I next by your value on the block. Right, is valid to the block right here. Okay. And one price go to the box here, and we have 3 touches trend line. You can see price closing with valid in gap, right? You can see that. You sell, right? Well, you sell here. You sell how many pips? You guys sell? Price falling, the low is about 40 pips. Okay. This is how you look for the entry. Okay, so let's just pick our support level. I remove because it's make my charts very messy. I would say this is gonna be my first support level, and you can see that below slightly for support we have the demand or our bullish of the block. Okay, right there. Just take note that as well. And the next support level, this is my second support. Okay. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. So basically, so anybody of you guys sell, this is gonna be your TP1. Okay, but if you guys did not sell, this is gonna be your buy entry or buy zone. I give you the zone. So basically, our zone is quite big. You need to wait for price to come in the zone first, and then you buy. Okay, like that. You need to wait for price to come in the zone, something like this, and then you buy. Now, if you want to buy from here, just wait for you wait for price have like rejection or confirmation and need to buy. All right. Okay, this is the key level. This is the first resistance. Okay, price falling already. I will cover all the major and then until QB dollar, and then I will expand slightly more for the XAUUSD. Okay, what my view for gold? Okay, so falling. I still want to delete. Okay, now go to the higher time frame first. Monthly time frame bearish, approaching the support level. HD1 very strong bearish. This one we highlight, support level, price break below. This one is gonna be your pullback resistance. Okay, simple as that. Price break below, pullback gonna be your resistance level. And this is gonna be your second resistance. Okay, go to H4. Of course, in H4 time frame, that's gonna be, this is gonna be my pullback resistance level. Okay, and this one is gonna be my second resistance. This one. Okay. Anybody buy your first at the lower, right? And the divergence here, bullish divergence. So basically price is right to this level. Okay. So V extension. I will just pick this one, my second, first support when we have close to the extension. So I will highlight the zone. Okay, right here. I highlight the key level for you guys. Okay, here, right here. This is also your supply. Okay, so you want to sell here. It's gonna be your zone. Okay, plus minus a few pips. Okay, this is the level. Usually you see from the support level all the way break first support, from the resistance break support. So basically like they're kind of like selling off the UJ. Okay, and if you were to look at D1, in the D1 here, what do you see? They make a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high until here. They kind of like make the higher low, right? The trend line, right? Let me look at the monthly time frame first. Okay, the monthly time frame last month is closed, same like price, could not close. I mean the body. Right, the wick, our dog from the wick, okay, with this one. The body, like, you know, have the rejection from the wick here. I think we might see the falling, but there's a trend line here of the weekly. Trend line, this one could be the resistance. Let me look first. D1. You want something? Okay, you ask me is it a good time to trade the USD JPY? I would say no. Okay, what you need to do is just wait for like, is this next to when was the news? I forgot. Okay, because the UJ coming tomorrow, Tuesday. So basically, you don't trade the USD JPY first. You trade after the new release tomorrow, and then you trade the UJ or USD JPY. Okay, because the market structure is not very nice from now. I don't have an entry, but I only can highlight the key level. I will highlight the key level based on the H4. Okay. First one, this is the first resistance. Okay. This is my first support. Again, support here. This is your second resistance. For today, okay, this is the level for today. Tomorrow, you wake up, you need to do the, you need to identify the key level again, okay? So this is a, for today, okay? Where is about there? Okay, this is key level. You get price, sell, falling, TP. The support level is still the same. Let me look at the one. So basically, H4 is ranging. Okay. They're not using already. I still go and pick this one for the resistance level, still the same. Right? So look at market structure. Can I draw a trend line? So basically, I think price already changing momentum from bearish to bullish based on H4. Okay, I would say they are changing like things here, right? You can see that like this is our valid trend line, right? 3 touches, significant. 1, 2, and 3. Break above, pull back, right? And also break above this high. You can see pull back and rising. Take profit, bouncing up to support level and rising somewhere around here. Okay. Right here. This, I'm not gonna identify this because of this like spike against the wick so long here. I will just, identify the first resistance, second resistance, still the same. Okay, last one, Kiwi dollars before we look at our lovely XAU USD. Let's just go monthly, see really strong bullish momentum. Above money time frame, there is an order block right here or supply. Okay, so basically, money time frame, price rising to find our supply. Okay, our supply like right here. Here. Okay. And you can see that I will read 17. Weekly, okay, weekly also have other block as well. So this is very supply zone here. But the weekly here, take note of this level, this is gonna be a first resistance level. Okay, moving on to D1. Okay, D1 time frame. This is your entry, your first resistance. Close to the extension. Go to H4. What happening? Your price going to fall from this level, likely. So based H4 time frame. This is our second resistance. This is our first resistance level. And I saw there's a divergence here. That's why you sell off the dollar. Okay. And here is your first support. This is the bounce up. So basically, Kiwi dollar is ranging in H4 time frame. Okay, so if price falling to first support again, you want to buy. To me, I want. Okay, basically, I will wait for the next level. This one's going to be my second support. That's going to be the price. Right. That's it. Okay, now go back to our lovely gold. Okay. Oops. So basically, I still buy and sell for gold. Okay, because the month of May, so price to me, price closing with price action. Okay, you can see this is your price action, right? Okay, here's price action. So basically, I still buy and sell. So I would highlight, and you can look at the RSI as well. It's already overbought, right? And this is the price, right? The window bodies. I will go to the weekly. Okay, weekly time frame. Narrow down. Okay. Look at the body right here. I go to D1. What do you see in D1 time frame? Right, go in the zone, right? You can see the belly in gap. Sell off. There's a reason here in the support level. Okay, this is like support level in H1 in H4. This one is like a pullback, slightly pullback here. Okay. Now let's highlight the key level based on the H4. So this is my sell zone. Okay. This is my first resistance on my sell zone right here. This is at your own risk. Okay, if you can take risk, just go ahead sell. So basically, my sell zone would be a price already falling from 3 I just give lovely like 3300 to 3305, which is the pullback sell, right? And I think you might miss a sell entry already. Sell zone. Okay, right here. There might be the price action right there. Let's just see, okay? That would be two sell zone, all right? That will be 50% safe. And another one is 61.8. Right, sure. So basically, I'm look to sell zone right here and another zone if price gone like somewhere around here. Okay, another 100 pip. So basically like 100 pip, but it seems like price going to fall from this level. Let's just see. Okay, H1 look really lovely. Okay, I go to M15, I can see there's a lot of rejection as well. Okay, you can see a lot of rejection. So if you sell since like 22.35, I think you would have about 50 pip already. No, basically our sell zone is here. No, I highlight the wrong one. It's here and the wick and the body. That would be 93, 97. Like this zone. Okay, you know why price is not go all the way to like 3300. I think like the market maker, they know that a lot of us are willing to sell at like psychological number that ending with like 0 or ending with 5, right? So you can see that price falling. To me, I still buy and sell. But if you were to look at the indicator, which is the I sign, you see the price could still rising more. So basically, if you sell, it's safer, okay? But if you were to sell, okay, your first take profit, you in M15, it's gonna be your TP1 or take profit one if you were to sell for scalping at this price, okay? And let's say we enter, it's about, let's say 100 pip, 120 pip. Okay, so if you want to sell for scalping at this level, if you see confirmation of rejection, you may consider to buy at this level. And the take profit would be at 3295. If you buy at 3283, if you see confirmation of rejection, your take profit is going to be at 3293 or 95, it's about 100 pip. Okay, if you were to buy. You got any question? How many 38? Yeah, it's about like slightly below 23.6%. Okay, now you guys can request you any instrument you want me to buy look for you. I will pause here for a while, guys. Nobody want to request? Okay, then maybe we look at the BTC. Touch on the BTC a little bit. Okay, the resistance, it comes to the resistance and then falling. Let's see this resistance and then falling at 78.6% D1 resistance. You can see that and falling. I think the similar BTC stay above 100K. Okay, anyway, we look at the support. Okay, the support still the same. This is gonna be the pullback support level. I think price might break all the way, like you may go to the second support level, because I saw the information. Anyway, okay, second resistance level right here. So if you want to buy the first support, always wait for confirmation. If you're a conservative trader, but if you are aggressive, you may put a panic order. Actually, like I was looking here for the divergence for monthly time frame. Okay, last month you can see that, like, you know, the wick, then it's bouncing off here. Maybe this also closing with green for the monthly candle. Okay, but they haven't. I don't think they're gonna make an all-time high like today. Okay, like the higher at like 111K. Weekly, I can see that might be a kind of pullback a little bit. Okay, for the D1, and this very strong at 108K. You can see that very nice resistance level from this overlap. You can see that neckline, pull back, sell, go back up again, and pattern or equal high, go to the neckline and falling, go back up again and cannot close above because of the rejection and then falling. Right? You can see that. Touch it here. Right? Resistance. Break above, pull back, break below resistance. Resistance. Okay. So that is the target. All right. Yes. Okay. Wait. I happen to see somebody request US. Are you talking to me? US 100, right? I don't know whether this one or not, but yeah, let's just look at this level. There's so many spamming messages right here. Anyway, okay. Should we just look on a higher time frame? Boom. Okay, make all-time high. Okay, this is our high, right? Seems like going to break above and make an all-time high. It's might gonna make a divergence right here. Price make a higher high, indicator is make a lower high. Okay, they are forming the divergence. Let me see. 137 extension right here. I just mark out first. Quickly. Weekly. So we would say this is going to be a pullback support level, right? What you could see here for the weekly, this one you would say that you are breakout structures, right? BOS. And now become your, this one you can see that they are pullback support, breakout structures. So your breakout structures, you will say your breakout structures as well. One. Okay, do you want this gonna be your pullback support? Okay. First, oh no, don't have. For support. This is your first resistance. B1 on push 4. Wow. Are you going to fall from this? Maybe not. Okay. Let me see. Any technical 127, 128, and 200. Okay. This one could be just like ABC for the monthly time frame. Where is the pattern? ABC pattern. Let's just CB retrace how many percent? Retrace 50% here. Let me look for the extension. Price will go to this 161.8. 261. Eh? Hang on. Delete. Yep. The ABV. I think I'll just take 100% first. 100% somewhere around here. Okay. I think C could go here. into 7. This is for the ring. Like that. Yeah, 100%. Okay. Okay, so first resistance, I would say here, I could go all the way here, and another one is going to go up to here for the long term, for the monthly time frame. Okay, for the monthly time frame, so weekly. For weekly, I could go all the way up here. Okay, right here. Okay. Too small, we cannot draw the projection. Okay, so either you're gonna you buy pullback already, you hold until the first resistance. Right here, I will use the extension. Okay. Let me see if I can use any. One, two, 1, 3. Right, you can see that the 161 price already also break above. Okay. The best way to sell right there. You're not gonna sell now. Okay. It's a pullback support. Okay, I will do it with the time frame. Easy to see the market structures. First, 127. Yeah. You would add in 161.8 for your, this one could be your second resistance. And the next one, that will be your third resistance level. Okay, based on weekly, on D1, you can see that break above the high, potential go to first resistance level. Oof. Oof. Okay, look like that. All right. Any question? I still have 4 minutes before I end the webinar. Anyone want to request? Too bad I can't see. I can't see Okay, if you want to request. Okay, this is the one. Okay, look at the BTI. Resistance falling. Okay. Major support is right here. For support with your zone and the weight in the body, it's gonna be the zone. Okay. The D1. This is the first support. This is your first support. Okay. Good rise to this TP1 first resistance for H4 time frame. This is gonna be your second resistance level. This is a key level for today. Again, tomorrow, you might need to look for the support and resistance again, right? This is gonna be your second support. This is 0. Okay, Dow Jones before I end. Okay. Wow. I don't trade indices, so I never really look at the number. Okay. This is still for support for the monthly. This also look like the ABC, right? Similar, right? These are pullback. How many percent? BC extension, like almost 50. So they're 0.6 falling off. %. 161.8. Okay, good to sell. Mm-hmm. Okay, so weekly, this is gonna be your first resistance. We already see if price can break above the extension. The next resistance that will be here for the weekly time frame. Second resistance right there. Okay. This one we would say second support. The first support is right here. Okay. Right, guys. Okay. That's all for today, guys. This is the level. Okay. Could potential go all the way. If they break, all the way to here. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining my webinars. I hope to see you guys again in the next webinars. Take care, guys. Bye for now. Good luck.